Magandang buhay po, si Teacher Hill ng Teacher Hill and Pet YouTube channel. Bago po natin umpisahan ang video po natin, huwag muna pong makalimot na mag-subscribe, i-like, at i-share yung aming pong mga video.
So, yung video po natin ay tungkol sa rational exponent and radical expression. Week 4 po ito ng grade 9 mathematics. So, yung last video po natin is all about integral and zero exponent. This time, our video is on rational exponent and radical numbers. When simplifying expression with rational exponent, you should remember the laws of integral exponents. So, ito po yung video po natin last time regarding integral and zero exponent. The rule is the same. However, you need to remember the rules in adding fraction. So, yung pag-a-add po ng fraction ay napaka-importante dito sa lesson po natin. At saka po, makakapag-add or mag-subtract tayo ng fraction kung sila ay parehas ng denominator. Kung magkaiba ng denominator, kukunin natin ang similar fraction nila sa pamamagitan ng LCD. So, punta na tayo sa main lesson natin. So, ang lesson po natin ngayon is radicals. An exponential number whose exponent is rational number can be expressed as radical. So, kapag ang ating exponent ay in a rational number, ang exponent po is a rational number, ma-express natin po into radicals. So, ito po yung ating exponential expression. 8 raised to the 1/3. So, kitang-kita po natin na yung base natin ay yung 8 at yung exponent natin ay 1/3, means na siya ay rational number. Kapag rational number yung ating exponent, so i-change natin to into radicals. So, makikita natin. So, exponent po natin, fraction, which is 1/3. Meron tayong numerator na 1 at meron tayong denominator na 3. Etong denominator na 3, ito yung magiging index natin. So, makikita po natin na yung ating denominator ay siyang index doon sa radicals. At ang numerator po, yun yung exponent ng radicand. At ito, yung symbol na to, ito yung tinatawag na radical sign. Okay, malinaw na malinaw. Yung denominator, ito yung index kapag ginawa nating radical, at yung numerator, ito yung exponent ng ating base. Okay? So, tuloy natin ang discussion. So, law of radicals. The law of radicals are similar to the laws of integral exponent. Let a, b, and n are integers. Number 1 law. The quantity of nth root of a quantity to the nth power equals the quantity of a raised to the 1 over n power quantity raised to the n equals a raised to the n over n. So, dinistribute natin yung exponent. So, equals to a. So, kapag equals to a na, the nth root of a raised to the power of n is equal to a. So, ibig sabihin, automatic yan na yung ating exponent ng a ay. Number 2 law. The quantity of nth root of a times the quantity of the nth root of b equals a raised to the 1 over n times b raised to the 1 over n equals the quantity of a times b quantity raised to the 1 over n. So, makikita po natin dito ngayon na ang ating exponent ay rational. So kapag rational exponent na, ang mangyayari, magkakaroon na tayo ng radical. So ito po yung magiging sagot. The nth root of A times B. The nth root of A times the nth root of B is equal to the nth root of the product of A and B. Okay? So kung yan po, integers yung A and B natin. How about number 3? So, the nth root of A over the nth root of B. So, parang quotient lo to. Equals the quantity of A, quantity raised to the 1 over N, over the quantity of B raised to 1 over N. So, dahil sila ay parehas exponent, pinagsama na lang natin siya sa isang parenthesis. So, it becomes the quantity of A over P quantity raised to 1 over N. So, makikita natin, fractional exponent. Kapag fractional exponent, magiging radicals na. Pwede nating i-change to radical. So, equals the nth root of A over B. The nth root of A divided by the nth root of B is equal to the nth root of the quotient of A and B. Tandaan po natin dito ha, yung integers ay nilo-lowest term natin. Pero po yung letter po, yung po, nagma-minus po tayo or nag-a-add tayo ng exponent. And last, number 4 na law, the nth root of the nth root of the nth root of the mth root of A equals the mth root of A raised to the 1 over N equals the quantity of A raised to 1 over N quantity raised to 1 over M. So, magagamit natin dito yung power of a power equals A raised to the 1 over Mn equals, so dahil siya ay fractional exponent, so magiging radicals na Mn root of A. So it means the root of A is the art of A where R equals Mn. So yan po yung apat na law na naka-integrate po sa integral exponent.
So, ang gagawin po natin ngayon ay sasagutan natin ang task 1. Ano po ba yung task 1? Use the law of rational exponent and simplify. So, sa task 1 po ay meron tayong 5 sagot o 5 sasagutan po. Yan po ay naka-parallel or naka-align po sa mga task sa ating pong module. So, yung 1 to 5 question po natin ay gagamitin po natin yung law of rational exponent and simplify. So, dito rin po, sa task 1 natin, so after natin ma-simplify, ang gagawin po natin ay kung ang exponent ay magiging fraction, gagawin natin siyang radical expression. Okay po? So, ganun po yung gagawin natin sa task 1. Okay, question number 1. The quantity of m to the 4 quantity raised to the 3/4 power. Okay, so makikita po natin yung exponent sa labas ng parenthesis ay fraction. So dito, sabi nga po natin kanina, kailangan natin makuha or para masagutan natin to, kailangan natin yung skills natin sa simplifying rational exponent. Okay, yung skills natin sa integral and zero exponent na diniscuss natin nung last video natin. Okay, yung number 1 po natin. This is an example of power of a power. Okay, so ang gagawin po natin ay i-multiply po natin yung exponent na nasa loob at yung exponent sa labas. Ito po ay whole number, ito po ay fraction. Okay, whole number times the numerator. So, it becomes m raised to the 4 times 3. So, that is 12 over 4. Okay? So, again, bakit naging m raised to the 12 over 4? Minultiply natin po yung 4 at saka yung numerator na 3. Kaya 4 times 3 is 12 over 4. Then yung 12 over 4, sabi nga po natin dito, isi-simplify. So yung 12 over 4, kung sinimplify natin yan, that is equal to m to the third power. Bakit? Kasi 12 divided by 4 equals to 3. So, ang sagot po natin sa number 1 is m to the third power. Okay? So, kailangan po natin yung solution. Okay? Kaya yung ginagawa po natin ay pwede po natin gayahin para kahit papaano meron po tayong solution. Okay? Yan po yung gagawin natin sa task 1. Importante po yung solution. Okay, number 2. Ang number 2 is an example of a product of a power. Okay? So, i-multiply natin to. Kaya in this case, class, ito ay fractional exponent. So, dahil sila ay parehas na denominator, ang gagawin natin ay i-add. Okay? Yung constant ay isusulat lang natin. So, that is 3. At yung C ay i-add po natin ang exponent. So, 1 plus 8 all over 3. Okay, nakuha po. Dahil pareha sila ng denominator, i-add lang natin ang exponent ng C. So, 1 plus 8. So, kopya po uli natin yung 3. Then, yung exponent ng C, ang numerator po natin is 1 plus 8. So, that is equal to 9 over 3. And 9 over 3. Oh, nawala yung C. Sulat natin muna yung C. So, add po natin. So, that is 9 over 3. So, yung 9 over 3 ay may sisimplify pa po natin. So, yung ating final answer sa question number 2 is 3C to the third power. So, ito po yung solution for number 2. Again po, yung ginagawa po natin, yung ating mga example dito ay naka-parallel sa task po natin sa grade 9 Mathematics Week 4. Okay? So, week 4 po tayo, ha? So, next, number 3. The quantity of x raised to the 1/2 quantity raised to the 1/5. Okay? So, ang gagawin po natin dito, dahil ito po ay may exponent inside the parenthesis at exponent outside the parenthesis, this is an example of a power law. So, minumultiply po natin. So, 1 times 1, yung exponent, so that is x raised to the 1. And yung denominator po natin, 2 times 5. So, that is 1 over 10. Okay? So, minultiply po natin. So, 2 times 5, that is 10. Dahil ito po ay fractional exponent. Okay? So, ang ginawa po natin ay gagawin po natin itong radical expression. Okay? Yun po yung diniscuss natin. So, in this case, para maging radical expression to, ito po ay denominator, ito po ay numerator. So, tatandaan po natin, yung denominator, napaka-importante sa fractional exponent. So, dahil itong denominator, ito po yung magiging index ng ating radicals. Okay? Yung denominator po natin 10, ito po ay yung magiging index sa radical. Malinaw po. Next, dahil ito po ay 1, hindi na natin yung isusulat yung exponent na 1. Automatic na may 1 na po dito. Okay? Kaya ang final answer po ng x raised to the 1 over 10 is the 10th root of x. Okay? Inulit ko po, hindi na natin isusulat yung exponent na 1 dito. So, matik na po yun sa mathematics. So, ito po yung sagot natin sa number 3. Okay? So, hindi agad at x raised to the 1/5 raised to the 1/2, baliktad, the quantity of x raised to the 1/2 quantity raised to the 1/5. Hindi agad po natin ilalagay yung final answer na 10th root of x. Kailangan makuha muna natin to. Okay? Kasi ganyan po yung gagawin natin, step by step po. Hindi agad po solution yung ilalagay natin sa final answer. Okay, number 4. Okay, komplikado ng konti. The quantity of 20 raised to the 3/4 over 4 raised to the 1/4. Sa module po natin, ito po ay 12. So, ang ginawa ko po, ito ay ginawa kong 20. So, gagawin po natin, ibig sabihin, ito po ay may 20. So, gagawin nating radical expression natin to. So, it becomes, ito po ay 4th root, then 20 raised to the 3rd power. Okay? And, dahil ang denominator ay 4, ang index niya ay 4 din po. Okay, sulat natin. And this is 4. So, in this case, so hindi agad natin i-divide 20 divided by 4. So, yung 20, kung ating hihimayin po natin yan, that is 4th root of tatlong 20. So, 20 times 20 times 20. Okay, nakuha po. Over 4. 4th root of 4. Okay. So, in this case, class, ang 20 po ay pwede nating i-factor, which is 4 times 5. Okay? So, cancel po natin yung 4. Okay? So, ito yung quotient law. So, pwede lang tayong mag-divide kung parehas sila ng index. Okay? Next. So, mahaba-haba po yung number 4. Okay? Then, yung gagawin po natin dito, yung 20, hihimayin ko ng prime factorization. Kasi ako, ang ginagawa ko dito, mas madali sa akin. Okay? Na himayin para at least, ang objective ko, magkaroon ng equal ng index doon sa may exponent, doon sa radical. Okay? Yun yung gano ko. Kasi kapag mas malaki ang exponent dito, pwede pa nating i-simplify. Okay. So, we have 4th root. Okay? So, 5. Yung 20, okay, yung 20 po, yan ay may prime factorization na 2 times 2 times 5. Okay? So, inilagay ko yung 20 ay may 2 times 2 times 5. Meron pa ulit isang 20, uulitin lang din natin. We have 2 times 2 times 5. Okay. So, ilan yung 5? So, meron tayong tatlong 5 at merong ilang 2? 4. So, dahil mababa na dito, itataas na natin, ha? Taas po natin para makita natin. Kasi maliit po yung board. Kung nasa normal na room po tayo, kasya yan. Kasi meron tayong dalawang malalaking board sa normal school. Okay. So, dito ko ililista, ha? So, we have 4th root of ilang 2? We have 2 raised to the 4. Okay? Times 5 cube. So, yung 4th root, okay? So, 2 raised to the 4. So, equal din yan kung hihimayin po natin yan. So, sabi ko uli po, kapag equal yan, yung index, okay? Yung index po natin sa exponent inside the radical, masisimplify po natin yan. So, kung aanuhin po natin, kung gagawin po natin rational, so that is the same as 2 raised to the 4 over 4. Kuha po. Then, so, 4 over 4, that is equals to 2. So, yung 4th root of 2 to the 4 is equal sa 2. Okay? So, magiging equal na po yan sa 2. Ito na yan. Then, yung 5 cube, that is 125. So, mapapansin po natin na yung 3 na exponent sa radical ay mas mababa sa index. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na natin kayang isimplify pa po yan. So, magiging final answer po natin is 2 times the 4th root of 125. Okay? So, ito po yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So, pwede rin na kapag ginawa natin yan, so that is 400 times 5 equals 1,000. So, 4th root of 1,000. Okay? So, 2 times 2, 4 times 5, so that is 4th root of 2,000. Okay? So, yung iba na makikita natin sa ating module, parang ganito po yung naging sagot nila. Hindi na nila sinimplify. Okay? Kasi dun sa discussion natin, kailangan natin i-simplify yung rational exponent. So, 2 raised to the 4th power is equal to, the 4th root of 2 to the 4 is equals to 2 raised to the 4 over 4. So, 4 over 4 equals to 1, kaya naging 2. Yung 125 po yan, dito po yung galing sa 5 cube. Kasi hindi na natin siya masisimplify pa. Kaya yung 5 cube equals sa 125. Okay? So, ito po yung sagot natin sa number 4. So, mahaba po yung solution. 1, 2, 3, mga 4 na steps po. Ito yung gagawin. Okay? Kasi ang ano natin is simplifying. So, use the law of rational exponent and simplify. Ay, masisimplify natin ang 2 raised to the 4. Kung ginawa natin yung the square root of 2 raised to the 4 to rational exponent, that is equal to 2 raised to the 4 over 4. At ang 2 raised to the 4 over 4 equals siya sa 1. Kaya 2 raised to the 1 equals sa 2. Okay? Sana naintindihan po nyo yung question number 4. Okay? O, magbubura po tayo kasi hindi natin nakasya. Ito yung number 5 eh. Ito yung number 5 sa task 1. Okay? So, yung task 1 natin, 5 question na. Kaya madali-dali. So, we have the quantity of a squared b raised to the 5th power. Excuse me. Quantity raised to the 1 over 8. So, in this case, so kapag dinistribute natin yan, so that is a raised to the 2 over 8, b raised to the 5 over 8. So, dahil sila ay magkaiba ng exponent, so we have 2 and 5. So, ang gagawin po natin kapag ganito po yung question na may exponent outside the parentheses, and there are dalawa yung factor po niya, which is a and b. So, ang gagawin po natin to ay napakadali lang. Ano po yung ating nth root? O ano po yung ating denominator? So, that is 8. So, ang index po natin sa radicals ay 8 root of, sulat lang po natin ang exponent. So, we have a squared b to the 5th power. Okay, napakadali lang yung number 5. Parang ito na yung magiging answer na. So, wala na tayong gagawin pang iba. Kaya, given, answer. Unlike dun sa 2, 3, 4, so may mga solution tayo dito. Sa number 5, ito yung given po natin, isang step lang, yun na po yung final answer natin. Tandaan, kapag fractional exponent to at merong dalawang factor tayo which is a squared b to the 5th, ang gagawin lang po natin ay yung ating denominator is represent as the index in our radical. Okay? At yung ating exponent inside the parenthesis, yun pa rin po yung exponent natin. Di yung 5 naman kasi ay hindi naman wala naman pong magiging lowest term yung 5 over 8. Kunyari, kung ito po ay 4, yan. Kung kunyari, kung ito rin ay 2, mailo-lowest term pa natin yun. Okay? So, this is the task 1. Use the law of rational exponent and simplify. So, ganito po yung gagawin natin sa task 1. Doon lang po sa question number 4 po tayo mahaba-haba. Kasi sinimplify pa ho natin. Kasi sa module po natin, after na ma-cancel natin yung 4, then yung the rest, imumultiply na, yun na po yung sagot. Okay? But, in this case, mapa-factor natin, kapag na-factor natin siya, at meron tayong pwedeng i-simplify, sinimplify po natin yun. Okay? So, yun po yung gagawin natin sa number 4. Yung number 4 lang po yung mahaba-haba yung solution. Kuha? Kuha mo. So, task 2A. Change the exponential expression to radical expression. So, kitang-kita po natin, yung mga given natin ay nakasulat into exponential expression. So, anong gagawin natin sa task 2A? I-change natin into radical expression. Yan lang po, hindi natin isi-simplify yung task 2A. Now, yung number 1. So, we have the quantity of 27 raised to the 3 over 5. So again, kailangan marunong nating i-identify ang numerator at saka yung denominator na exponent. Importante, yung ating denominator. Unahin natin yung denominator. Kasi yung denominator na exponent natin, ito yung nire-represent na index ng ating radical sign. Ano ang denominator? So that is 5. So our index is fifth root. Okay, kita ba? So, that is fifth root of, yan. So, kitang-kita yan. So, we have fifth root of, ano yung ating base? So, we have 27. So, dahil ang ating numerator ay 3, so, lalagyan natin ng parenthesis na naayon sa pag-rewrite ng exponential to radical. Ano ang ating numerator? So, that is 3. Yun yung ating ilalagay na exponent sa labas ng parenthesis. So, we have the quantity of fifth root of 27 quantity raised to the third power is the answer for question number 1. Kaya ito, kuwang-kuha nyo in 10 seconds, kuha na agad yung sagot. Hindi na kailangan ng solution. Okay, how about number 2? Magkaiba to. So, yung 6x, okay? So, may factor ang 6x na 6 at saka x. So, makikita po natin yung 6 ay walang exponential. Okay? Fractional exponent. So, it means nasa labas yun ng radical sign. Okay, sulat natin yung 6. Nasa labas yan, ha? Hindi yan sakop ng radical sign. So, what is our denominator? 2. So, that is called the square root. Ilalagyan pa ba natin ng 2 dito? Hindi na, kasi automatic. Sa radical sign, okay, kapag walang index, automatic, ang index po noon ay 2. Okay? So, hindi natin lalagay ng 2 yan. Automatic yan, nagkakaintindi. Ganyan ng mathematics, may universal language. What? Next, ano yung base natin? So, that is x. So, yung sagot natin, i-change natin ng 6x raised to the 1/2 power equals 6 times the square root of x. Kuha? Kuha mo. Number 3. Okay, ang daming exponent, fractional exponent. The quantity of 8 raised to the 1/2 quantity raised to the 3/5. So, ibig sabihin, dalawa ang radical symbol nito. Unahin natin yung pinaka nasa labas. So, ano ang index niyan? So, that is 5. So, ang index ng ating radical ay 5. So, we have fifth root of. Okay? Then, ito, so 8 raised to the 1/2, fractional exponent. So 1/2, that is square root. Okay, yan ha, malinaw na malinaw yan. So 1/2, ito ay square root. Okay, 3/5, ang index ay 5 yun. Next, ano yung base? So that is 8. So in this case, doon sa outside ng parenthesis natin, may numerator na 3. Kaya lalagyan natin ng parenthesis to rewrite in a radical expressions. Ano ang numerator? 3. So, yun yung ilalagay natin na exponent outside the parenthesis. So, ang basa natin, the fifth root of the square root of 8 quantity raised to the third power. Okay? So, yun yung number 3. Ang number 4. Ang number 4 ay kagaya nitong number 1. So, mading-mani yan sa inyo. So, the quantity of xy raised to the 2 over 7, ang sagot! Good, 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 good. Ang sagot po natin dito, ano ang ating denominator? 7. So, it means the index is 7. So, we have 7th root. Okay? Bakit lagi bang may 7 dito? Paborito ni yata ni Sir si Jaworski. So, we have 7th root of xy. Kaya lang, may numerator tayong 2, lalagyan natin ngayon ng parenthesis. At yung exponent na ilalagay natin ay 2. So we have the 7th root of the 7th root of xy quantity raised to the second power ang number 4. Okay, kita pa. Okay, last number sa task 2A. 6 to, ginawa ko na ng 5 kasi pare-parehas naman din yung iba. So we have 6 raised to the 1 over 7 times 6 raised to the 3 over 7. So, inuulit po natin, hindi natin isi-simplify, i-change lang natin into a radical expression. Okay, so 6 raised to the 1 over 7. Ang index niya ay 7. So, kaya 7 root of 6. Okay? Hindi na natin lalagay yung 1 times 6 raised to the 3 over 7. So, we have 7th root of 6. Ano ang exponent? Na numerator ay 3. O, lagyan natin ng parenthesis. Basic, sabi nga ng mga estudyante. Ano ang exponent outside the parenthesis? So, that is 3. So, we have the 7th root of 6 times the 7th root of 6 quantity raised to the third power. So, ayan po yung task 2A. So, kayang-kayang sagutan in. Siguro kapag nasa normal tayo, mga 5 minutes question lang to. Kayang-kaya ng estudyante. Gets mo? Kuha mo. So, task 2B. So, ang task natin for task 2B is change radical expression to exponential expression. So, yung makikita naman po natin, yung 6 na given natin ay nakasulat into a radical expression. So, ang gagawin po natin, gagawin natin itong exponential. Okay? So, number 1. The quantity of square root of 5 quantity raised to the third power. So, kanina, ginawa natin sa letter A, exponential, ginawang radical. Ngayon, radical, gagawin nating exponential. So, makikita po natin may exponent sa labas. It means ito yung magiging exponent or exponent niya sa numerator. Ano po yung base natin? Ang base natin ay 5. Okay. Next, ano yung magiging fraction natin? So, ano po yung ating index ng radical sign? So, that is 2. Although walang 2 automatic, kapag square root, ang index niya ay 2. So, index, yun po ay denominator. So that is 2. Okay, kuha, malinaw ba? Next, ang ating exponent outside the parenthesis, ito yung ating numerator. Okay, so we have 3. So, the square root of 5 quantity raised to the third power is 5 raised to 3 over 2. Yan po yung ating number 1. Okay? Easy lang. Kayang-kaya nyo ngayon to. How about number 2? So, yung number 2 natin, 5y, yung base natin. It means, walang exponent outside ng radical sign, automatic yun ay 1. Ano yung index? Wala kayong nakikita. Pero, meron. Sabi nga sa bata-bata, paano ko ginawa? Kapag walang index yan, automatic, ang index niyan ay 2. So, sulat po natin, 5y. Kaya lang, in this case, lalagyan natin ng parenthesis para kitang-kita. So, ano yung index? So, that is 2. Lagay natin. Yun yung denominator at yung ang base natin, walang number yan. So, walang exponent. Automatic, may exponent na 1. So, the square root of 5y equals the quantity of 5y quantity raised to 1/2 power. So, yun po yung sagot natin sa number 2. Okay? So, yan yung ating number 2. How about number 3? Ang tanong, yan po ang tanong natin. The quantity of 7th root of 2x quantity raised to the 4th power. Okay, parehas lang siya nito. Okay, so 2x ang base. Sulat natin yan. Kaya lang, dahil yan ay dalawang may number at saka may letter, so term, so 2x, so lalagyan natin ngayon siya ng parenthesis. Now, ano ang ating index? 7. Kaya ang denominator ng exponent natin ay 7. Jaworski. Pero hindi nyo na hinabot si Jaworski. Kami lang ang nakakaabot yan. Kaya yan ay 7. Then, ano yung exponent sa labas ng parenthesis na may radical sign? 4. Yun yung ating magiging numerator. Okay? So, itong activity to napakadali lang. So, ang ating sagot ay the quantity of 2x raised to the 4/7. Okay, number 4. The 6th root of 3a. So, ano yung kaparehas niya? Itong number 4 at saka number 3 at number 2. So, maning-mani. Ang sagot ng 6th root of 3a. So, lagyan natin ng parenthesis. So, we have 3a. Then, ang ating index ay 6. So, yan yung denominator. At ang ating numerator ay 1. So, ang sagot natin is the quantity of 3a raised to the 1/6. Okay, kuha ba? So, kuwang-kuha. How about number 5? Ang number 5 is 9 times the cube root of 5. Okay? So, makikita natin to, wala to sa loob ng radical. It means, nasa labas din yan. So, magiging sagot natin dyan ay 9, okay, times 5 raised to 1/3. Okay? So, raised to 1/3. So, yan po yung magiging sagot natin for number 5. Hindi natin i-multiply. Okay? Kasi ito ay nasa labas ng radical. So, 9 times the quantity of 5 raised to 1/3. And number 6, the 5th root of the 4th root of 26. Okay? So, yung gagawin po natin, ang kukunin natin ay yung unang exponent. So, magiging dalawa yan. So, anong base natin? 26. Okay? Isa na parenthesis. So, index nito ay 4. Kaya, at ito naman ay walang number, automatic yan ay 1/4. Kita pa? Okay. Then, yung isa naman, na index ay 5, parenthesis ulit. So, magiging dalawa po yung parenthesis natin. So, that is 1/5. The quantity of 26 raised to the 1/4 quantity raised to the 1/5. Okay, kita pa ba? Sulat natin ang mas malaki-laki. So, yan ay 1/5. So, ganyan po yung gagawin natin sa letter B. So, madali lang. Hindi natin yan isi-simplify. I-change lang natin yung radical expression to exponential expression. Kuha mo? Kuha natin yan. Okay. Task 3. Ano po yung task 3 natin? Apply the law of rational expression in simplifying the expression. So, yun po yung ating gagawin. Apply the law of rational expression. Nagkulang lang po ng word na expression in simplifying the expression. So, ang skills na gagawin natin dito ay kailangan natin marunong tayong maggamit ng dissimilar fraction para ma-simplify natin. So, ang ganito lang yan. Ang para kay Pedro, ang para kay Sir Hill ay kay Sir Hill. So, dito meron tayong m at saka m and sa numerator at n sa denominator. Yung exponent ni m, hindi natin papakaliman sa exponent ni n. So, lalagyan natin to ng parenthesis. So, ilalagay natin ay 10. Okay, lagay natin siya ng 10 o gawin natin siyang 6. Ano kaya mas maganda? O gawin natin siyang 10. Raised to the 10. Again, so yung given natin, the quantity of m raised to the 1/2 n raised to the 3/4 over m raised to the 3/5 times n raised to the 4/5. So, yung first step natin dito, kung natatandaan nyo yung diamdan, so perform muna natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Kasi makikita natin, kapag dinidistribute, 10/2, 10 times 3, then ito magiging eksakto. Ito, hindi siya. Okay, so perform muna natin yung sa loob. So, yung nasa loob natin, sa M, ano yung mas malaki? Mas malaki. Malaki. Yung 1/2 ba or 3/5? So, mas malaki ay 3/5. So, doon tayo mag-perform doon sa may denominator. Doon tayo magma-minus. Okay? So, we have M. So, 5 and 2. Ano ang LCD ng 5 and 2? So, ang LCD niyan ay 10. Okay. So, LCD ng 3/5. O, so, palitan natin po para mas malinaw. Lagay natin ng 3/5. Okay? Minus 1/2. So, ang LCD ng 5 and 2 is 10. Okay? So, 10 divided by 5, that is 2 times 3, so we have 6. Kuha. Next, 10 divided by 2 is 5 times 1, so we have 5. So, we have 6 minus 5. How about yung n? Okay? Lagay natin yung n. So, ano yung LCD ng 4 and 5? So, we have 20. O, sulat natin. 4/5 minus 3/4. Then, ang LCD ng 5 and 4 is 20. Okay, kaya dapat yan, perfect na natin ang pagkuha ng dissimilar fraction. Yung pag-add or pagsusubtract ng dissimilar fraction. So, 20 divided by 5 is 4 times 4, that is 16. 20 divided by 5 is 4 times the numerator, which is 4. So, 4 times 4 is 16. Next, yung second fraction natin, 20 divided by 4 is 5 times 3. So, we have 15. Okay? So, now, lagay natin yan ay nasa denominator na 1. Sulat natin yung 10. Okay. Pero pwede kayong mag-scratch, ha? So, ituloy lang natin. Sisimplify lang natin. Sulat natin dito. So, we have 1 over m. So, 6 minus 5, that is 1 over 10. Kuha? Next. 16 minus 15. So, we have 1. So, ang n natin is 1 over 20. So, lagay natin yung ating exponent. So, lagay natin yan na 10. Okay? So, distribute na natin. Distribute natin 1 raised to the 10th power over 10 times 1. Masulat natin. That is 10 over 10. So, para mas malinaw, kitang-kita natin. And next, 10 times 1, that is 10. So, our n is 10 over 20. So, ang haba ng number 1. So, tuloy natin to. Then, ang 1 raised to the 10 is 1. Over 10 over 10, that is m. So, walang remainder. Okay? It means wala na siyang radical. Eksakto. And 10 over 20, the lowest term natin, that is the n raised to 1 half. Yan. Okay? Cancel yung 0. Okay. Next. So, in this case, ito ay fractional. Ito naman ay wala. So, ang final answer natin dito ay 1 over m to the square root of n. So, ganyan yung magiging sagot natin. Dahil sa susunod na mga lesson, ang gagawin natin ay isi-simplify natin kung merong radical sa denominator, isi-simplify yon. Kaya lang, hindi pa tayo magsisimplify ng radical. So, ito pa lang yung ating magiging sagot for number 1. So, mahaba yung number 1. So, pwede naman natin i-diretso yan. So, dito na, i-diretso na natin dito. So, LCD ng 5 and 2, so 10. 10 divided by 3. 10 divided by 5 is 2 times 3 is 6. Then 10 divided by 5 is 2 times, 10 divided by 2 is 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, so pinakita lang natin yung solution natin for number 1. So, magiging ganyan po yung number 1. Kasi parang may konting kalituhan dun yung final answer natin dun sa module. Okay? So, ito po yung sagot natin for number 1. Pero kung nga pag-aaralan nyo na magsisimplify tayo, pero ito okay na to. Pero kung i-simplify natin, kasi hindi natin ay na-accept yung kung may radical sa baba, so pwedeng maging sagot niyan ay the square root of n over mn. Okay, so yun po yung magiging sagot natin for number 1. Okay, so lagay natin dyan, or yan ay 1 over m times 1 over square root of n. So, ito pa rin yung magiging kalalabasan niya. Kung mag-iwalay po natin, kasi hindi pa naman tayo masyadong mag-multiply yung sagot natin yan. Parehas lang po yan. So, wag malilito for number 1. Kasi yung number 1, mahirap talaga yun doon sa task natin. Sundin lang natin yan. Question number 2, ituloy natin after nung makuha natin yung number 1. So, yung number 2 is the quantity of x raised to the negative 4 over 5, y raised to the 8, quantity raised to the 1/4. So, ibig sabihin, i-distribute natin yung ating exponent. Power of a power po yan. So, multiply po natin. So, we have x raised to the negative 4 over 5 times 1/4. Okay? Then, yung y natin, sulat natin y, 8 y raised to the 8 times 1 over 4. Okay, simplify natin. So, ano po yung magiging sagot? So, ano yung mga ka-cancel natin? So, mga cancel po itong 4. Okay? Then, dito, we have, anong natira sa x? So, we have x raised to negative 1 over 5. Bakit naging negative 1 over 5? Negative times 1 is negative 1. 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, how about 8? 8 times 1, 8 over 4. And 8 divided by 4 is 2. So, we have y squared. Okay? So, in this case, negative exponent. Remember, nung past lesson natin, hindi tayo pwedeng magsagot ng negative exponent. Kapag negative, kunin natin ang reciprocal. Okay, ituloy po natin. So, yung y nasa numerator, so dahil positive exponent na, over yung x, dahil ito ay negative exponent, so magiging positive exponent, inilipat na natin sa denominator. So, reciprocal. So, that is 1/5. So, in this case, ito ay fractional exponent. So, ang gagawin natin siyang radical. Okay? Radical expression. So, final answer natin, y squared over, ano ang denominator? 5. So, ang index natin ay fifth. So, we have fifth root of x. So, ito po yung sagot natin sa number 2. Okay? So, huwag tayong malilito dun sa ating activity. Sundin lang po natin kasi parallel naman po yung ginagawa ko po. So, itutuloy po natin yung task 3 natin. So, number 3, the quantity of 6 raised to the 1/4 x raised to the 1 over 8 quantity raised to the 4th power. So, i-distribute ulit po natin yung exponent sa 6. So, we have 1 over 4 times 4. That's x 1 over 8 power times 4. So, distribute yung exponent. So, 4 times 1. So, we have 6 raised to the 4 over 4. Then, ito, we have x raised to the 4 over 8. So, masisimplify pa natin to. Ano yung simplify niyan? So, ang 6 natin, so 4 over 4, so that is 1. Okay? Then 4 over 8, so that is x raised to 1/2. Dahil ito ay fractional exponent, gagawin natin siyang radical. So, ang final answer natin ay 6 times the square root of x. Yan po yung for number 3. So, nakuha po natin. So, i-distribute lang natin yung ating exponent diyan sa given po natin. Next, number 4. So, fractional. So, ibig sabihin, fraction naman to, magkaiba sila ng base. So, di-distribute natin yung 1/5. So, multiply lang natin yan. C raised to the 10th power times 1 over 5 over D raised to 5 times 1/5. Simplify. 10 times 1, 10 divided by 5. So, our C is C raised to the 2nd power or C squared. Okay? 10 times 1 is 10 divided by 5, that is 2. O, papakita pa natin. O, sige, kasi kailangan daw ng solution. So, magiging 10 over 5. Okay? Kasi ang ginagawa po natin, i-check yung solution. Sa D naman natin, we have 5 times 1, 5 over 5. Simplify yung C. Dahil yan ay divisible, so magiging 10 divided by 5, that is 2. So our C is C squared over 5 divided by 5 is 1. Our D is 1. So ito po yung sagot natin for number 4. Okay, nakuha po natin. Kasi kailangan, ang kinukunin po natin ay solution sa ating task. Okay, ngayon po. Next, number 5. The quantity of 3m 6y to the 9 power over 6p raised to the 15 quantity raised to the 1/3. So, dito lowest term ko muna to para hindi malito. Ang lowest term ng 3 over 6 is, so ang 6 ay 3 times 2. Cancel ang 3, so natira ay 2. Ngayon, distribute na po natin ang exponent. So, we have m raised to the 6 times 1/3. Ang y is 9 times 1/3 over 2 raised to 1/3. Next, ang 15, ang P natin ay 15 times 1/3. Okay. So, simplify. So, 6 times 1 is 6 divided by 3. So, our m raised to the second power. Okay, nilagay ko na kasi kulang na ako sa space. 6 times 1 is 6 divided by 3 is, our m is m raised to the second power. How about y? 9 times 1, 9 divided by 3. So, that is 3. Y raised to the third power. Okay, itong 2 and 1/3. So, wala na rin naman yan. So, 2 and 1/3 pa rin yan. Next, 15 times 1, 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 raised to the 5th. So, makikita natin dito sa number 5, ang may fractional exponent lang ay yung ating 2. So, ang magiging final answer po natin, kung isusulat po natin yan, so that is 1 over square cube root of 2 times, okay, lagay natin, m squared y cube over p to the p power. Sulat natin kasi kailangan mauna yung letter bago yung may radical symbol. Okay, diretso lang. Sulat natin dito. Ayan po, tuloy lang. So, our final answer is m squared y cube over p to the p power times the cube root of 2. So, ito po yung sagot natin for number 5. Pwede rin na hiwalay natin ang 1 times the cube root of 2. Okay? O times m squared y cube. So, pwede rin natin isulat na 1 times cube root of 2 times m squared y cube over p raised to the 5th power. Okay? So, yan. So, ito po yung mas magandang tingnan. Compare natin dito. Okay? So, parehas lang naman po yan. So, naintindihan po yung number 5. So, ang haba din ng number 5 natin na solution. Hindi po natin ang task 3. Question number 7. The quantity of x raised to the 14, y raised to the 7, quantity raised to the 5 over 7. So, in this case, i-distribute ulit natin ang exponent. Okay, so dahil kailangan natin ng solution, papakita natin ang solution. We have x raised to the 14 times 5/7. And yung y raised to the 7 times 5/7. So, simplify. So, 14 divided by 7. So, makakancel natin ito. Ang 14 ay 2 times 7. So, cancel natin ang 7. So, natira ay 2 and 5. So, we have x raised to 10 power because 2 times 5 equals to 10. Dito, cancel ang 7. Natira ay y raised to the 5th power. So, ito po yung sagot natin for number 7. Okay? So, 14 times 5 divided by 7. So, that is x raised to the 10th power yon. Ito naman, y raised to the 7 times 5/7. So, we have y raised to the 5th power. Okay? Pinactor ko na lang para makancel po natin. How about number 8? So, yung number 8, parehas ng base. Pero magkaiba ang exponent. So, if they have the same base, so yung ano natin, product of a power, so i-add natin ang exponent. So, kunin natin. So, we have 3x squared. Ang LCD ng 2 and 3 is 6. Okay? So, sulat natin. Lagay natin. 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3 times 1. So, that is 3. Ang 1/2 ay 3/6. Plus 6. 6 divided by 3. 2 times 1. That is 2. Ngayon, add natin ang exponent. So, we have the quantity of 3x squared raised to the 5/6. Okay? So, ano yan? So, dahil yan ay kasama na sa ating exponent, ibig sabihin, at ito ay magkaiba, gagawin na lang po natin ay gagawin natin radical symbol yan. So, yung x natin, ano yun? Pwede nating, it becomes the 6th root of 3x squared quantity to the 5th power. Okay. So, ganyan po yung magiging sagot natin sa number 8. Pero kung isi-simplify pa natin yan, ito ay kaya natin i-simplify dahil ito ay exponent na 2. So, gagawin natin in further solution natin for radical expression. So, cancel natin yan. So, magiging 1/3 na. So, magiging 5/3. Pero mas maganda to yung magiging sagot natin. Okay? So, ito po yung magiging sagot natin for number 8. So, kung isi-simplify pa po natin yan, kung pinasi-simplify pa ng teacher, pwede pang i-simplify po yan. Pero hanggang dito muna yung lesson natin. Kasi hindi pa natin dinidiscuss yung simplifying radical expression. Okay, next, number 9. So, number 9, so x raised to the 20, quantity raised to the 1/4 plus x raised to the 10, quantity raised to the 1/2 power. So, distribute. So, we have 20 times 1/4. Okay? Plus x raised to 10 times 1/2. Okay? Simplify natin. 20 times 1, 20 divided by 4. So, that is x to the 5th power. Then, ito, 10 times 1, 10 divided by 2. So, that is x raised to the 5th power. Pwede bang pagsamahin? Pwede kasi sila ay similar term. Okay? So, add po natin x to the 5th plus x to the 5th, x to the 10. Hindi po x to the 10. Ang sagot natin ay 2x raised to the 5th power. Ito po yung sagot natin sa number 9. Okay? Isa na lang yung gagawin natin for number 10. So, yung number 10 natin, okay, so magbubura muna tayo dito. Okay, question number 10, last na. So, we have the quantity of 4q raised to the 7/3 power, r raised to the 1/6 over 8 raised to the 1/3 quantity raised to the 3rd power. So, dahil may exponent yan, di-distribute yan, power of a power. So, we have 4 raised to the third power. We have Q raised to the 7 over 3 times 3. Okay, next R raised to the 1 over 6 times 3 over 8 raised to the 1/3 times 3. Okay. So, cancel lang natin. Cancel lang natin to. Then, cancel natin ang 3 because 7 times 3 is 21 divided by 3, that's 7. So, ito naman, ilo-lowest term, cancel to, magiging 1. Ito, magiging 2. Okay. So, rewrite natin. So, we have 4 cubed. Q7. Okay. R raised to 1/2 over 8. So, ang 8 natin. So, sisimplify natin ang 8. Kung gagawin natin yan, ang 8 natin ay 4 times 4 times 4. Ang 8 natin ay 4 times 2. Then, yung 4 natin, factor uli natin, that is 2 times 2. Malinaw? Ang 4 cubed by 4 times 4, 2 times 2. Ang 8 ay 4 times 2. Cancel ang 4. Cancel ang 2. Ang natira ay 8 sa numerator. Then, Q7. Then, square root. O, square root of R. Kasi 1/2 to. So, kinuha natin. So, 1/2. Denominator 2. So, ang index ay 2. So, ang sagot po natin dito, 8q to the 7 times the square root of R. So, ayan po yung number 10 natin sa task. So, yung ginawa po natin is parallel po doon sa task natin, 1, task 1, task 2, task 3. So, sa lahat, sana po ay naintindihan niyo po yung lesson natin sa grade 9 Mathematics, week 4. So, in this case po, nais naming magpasalamat doon sa nagbigay po. Ayan po, nagbigay ng aming marker, okay? So, para dito sa aming ginagawa namin, nabubulol pa si Sir. So, maraming salamat sa board marker, Sir June. Okay, Sir June po, maraming salamat. At shoutout din po pala sa mga nag-comment dahil nadadalian daw po sila sa lesson natin dahil yung lesson po o yung video po natin ay parallel natin sa grade 9 Mathematics module po natin. Kung saan nakita ko doon si Corazon ng 9 Apo. Ewan ko kung taga saan ka, Corazon, para siya po ay Haponesa. At saka si Eloisa Paran. So shoutout din dahil lagi po kayong nagko-comment. So sana po ay naintindihan po natin yung lesson natin. So nakikita po natin, nabimiss ko na po ang mga kasamahan ko sa official, basketball official po ng Laguna at saka po ng Calabarzon 4A. So, huwag pong kalimutang mag-subscribe, mag-view at i-share po yung ating video. Thank you and God bless. At isa pang paalala, mag-ingat po tayo. Kailangan po natin talagang mag-ingat sa panahon nito. Salamat po!